Hello, welcome back to the Advanced Armory. We're going to go over hero sheets today. This is our attempt at character sheets that we're going to use for games such as Hero Quest or Big Eye Small Mouth or the Tri-Stat system from back in the day, right? There's also the Fate system, which is basically D6. So if you're into epic questing and whatever game system you're using, these should work out pretty well for you. So first things first, we have our vanilla sheets. These are more or less system agnostic. These are not strictly Advanced Armory and can be used for whatever, right? A little size comparison for you. Right, so you get an idea of how big and or small these are, right? These come double-sided. You can order them individually from our Etsy store, or you can order a pad of, I think we're selling these in pads of 40 on TheGameCrafter. If you're anything like my wife and her daughter, and you need lots and lots of room to manage your stash, your loot, we have inventory pads now. These are also double-sided. These will come in pads of 40, and that's 40 double-sided. So, yeah. Okay. Your vanilla sets are going to be just have your basic stats, mind and body tracking. You got somewhere to put notes. In the back, you've got your equipment, and you've got your little mini inventory section right there. Well, say you want something that's a little bigger, a little easier on the eyes. We've got small vanilla. Now we've got medium vanilla, right? This is a big difference in size here. Okay. These have all your mind's body. You have an area to track modifiers such as poison damage to your stats. You can break out hero name, player name. You got your class and race if you want to separate those. You got somewhere to record your equipment and accessories if you're using our accessories, or if you're just equipping artifacts like rings and necklaces. You can record them there. Inventory section in the back, notes, and then now you have somewhere to track how many your experience. Now, a lot of us are familiar with the methodology that you complete 10 quests, and on the 10th one you get an experience point that you can use to bump a stat, or if you're using our Advanced Armory system, you can use them to buy skills or take on a profession. Okay. All right. That is the vanilla hero sheets. So I know what you're saying, but Gerard, we're already using Advanced Armory. So what about us? Well, we have the standard format, medium size score pads for our Advanced Armory users. Okay. So these are going to look similar to vanilla. On the front, you're going to have your notes section and your experience section are moved up here. All of your gear has been moved onto the back. And we have 3 different variants for you, one of which hasn't come in for the print yet. We've got the wizard variant, we've got the martial non-magic user variant, and we have a mage variant, and we'll be able to show that off a little more when we get into the class-themed sheets. But these are what we call clean sheets, right? These don't have these silhouettes on them. So if you don't want a themed version, you'll want to get these. So you're going to have everything you need, right? Same as vanilla, you've got your names, your hero class and race, your stats, tracking your body points, mind points. You've got your experience. If you're playing a wizard class, like a wizard or a warlock, you're not going to wear armor, right? So this will just help you keep track of all of your accessories. If you have any kind of a matching bonus, you can track it there. If you have anything equipped in your hands, whether it's a 2-handed item or you have 2 hands worth of items, like a wand and a torch, for example, you can track it right there. You can keep track of the books of magic that you know. If you're trained in fire spells, water spells, earth spells, say you know a little bit of necromancy, say you start collecting monster spells, you can track all that here as far as which books that you have access to. And then later we'll have in master classes, there's going to be an expanded version of this, or a separate page where you can actually track which individual spells that you have, or just use the cards. Yep. Okay. For your martial classes, your non-magic users, all the same information on the front. So the fronts of each of these are the same. On the back, you've got somewhere to track your armor or your head and body accessory. You've got where to check your jewelry, the rest of your accessories, matching bonus, and then you can have your primary equipped items, and then if you have reserve items, right? Say you like to main with a long sword and a shield, but you got a broadsword on reserve, maybe some daggers or something, right? Then you have something to track all that now. That is the standard clean character sheets. But you're right. What if I want to, what if I have a druid and I want druid themed character sheet? Well, I got you covered. Druids come in male and female variants. Let's see. One, you've got the male druid silhouette behind all your stuff here with nice flavor and all the stuff that you need for mage. Now the big difference here between the mage, the wizard, and the martial classes is your reserve equipment slot's been replaced by your known book or school magic, so you record whatever spells your particular mage uses. So if you're playing a spell sword, an elf spell sword, or a druid or bard, you can mark that all down there. But they have the ability to wear armor and accessories, so you've got full functionality out of these sheets here. Okay, all of your class themed character sheets functionally are exactly the same layout as the queen ones. They just have a little added graphics in the back there for that little added flair. We offer male and female versions of all of the classes for the silhouettes that we currently have available to us. We have the druid, we've got generic mage, we have wizard, we have the knight, we have like a light class we're referring to as a scout. Okay, we have the barbarian, and then last but not least we have the rogue. Okay, we are offering on Etsy, you can buy these individually or you can get pads of 20 of these off of TheGameCrafter. Right now you can get a variety pack of all 14 of the class themed variants as a single pack from our Etsy store. Because of how these are printed, we can't combine them in different versions and different things, and each pad has to be one specific version of it. So not everybody's, you might want one of each of the classes, but you don't want to buy 14 different score pads like we had to show these off, right? So that's why we're setting these up on Etsy for you guys, so that we can order what you need as opposed to what you don't need, right? If you want to get a giant pile of pads, go for it. As far as print quality, we did want to cover that real quick. So we noticed a couple of things going through these. It looked like there was some variation in color during the printing process. So we were looking at this. We already contacted the TheGameCrafter about it. Looked like they were running out of blue ink at one point. So these have a different look and feel to them. So these almost have like a greenish color, and these have like a goldish color. Now, we actually kind of like how this came out. I almost wish there was a way we could reproduce this intentionally. But it looks aged, and that looks really cool. So we're happy about that. But there's going to be some inconsistency between print runs. So if you guys go through multiple pads of these, you're going to see that they're going to be a little different. And that is unfortunately expected, but it's okay. Other than that, the detail came out really nice. We did see there was a little bit of drift. You could see where the graphics shifted a couple of millimeters before it was cut. That is also very normal for the TheGameCrafter. If you have our cards, you more than likely have seen that on the cards as well. We did have our margins pretty tight on these, but all of the areas of the information that's important all came out perfectly. But for a disposable product, like these are meant to be used and thrown away. So we're pretty happy with the results here. We're offering these at as low cost as we can without taking a loss. So if you want them, we got them. Come check us out on Etsy. Come check us out on the TheGameCrafter. And we'll see you at the tabletop.